I've said some because the document itself does not represent the entirety of the values of Zimbabweans because of the manner in which it came about. The 2013 Amendment Act, 20th Amendment Act of 2013. That document is the one I think you are suggesting that it's being manipulated. And how do Zimbabweans safeguard themselves against this manipulation that may bring chaos, anarchy, disorder, and to the extent of bringing war in Zimbabwe? Because this abuse is serious. As National Democratic Working Group, we are already acting to safeguard good constitutional principles. Good constitutional principles that are now in the minds and the hearts of citizens of this country. The term limitations in this document, called the Constitution of Zimbabwe, Amendment number 20, Act of 2013, is a value that truly was inspired by the citizens of this country. That they didn't want a one-party rule, they didn't want one-man rule, they didn't want one-person rule, because such types of rulership are not democratic. The democratic system of government is one which is people-driven, one which comes from the people through an ideology called a free and fair election, where every citizen of our country is given freedom to decide secretly through the ballot, secret ballot. So that is the value the National Democratic Working Group is seeking to protect, acting on behalf of the people. Since we are consulting, we have been consulting for a year now, and we have enough information that this nation rejects manipulations of the Constitution that will trigger more suffering in the country. We've had suffering since 1980, since 1980, it's 45 years now. And our nation desires to embark on a reform path, which we have just described here as transformative change. A transformative change is a change that adds value to our own lives, that brings on board new ways, new production systems, new harmony, new peace conditions. Rugare, rucha. We cannot continue to worsen the situation of poverty and economic destitution that characterizes our daily affair. Like you see the other time when we were in Mutare, we were very peaceful and we were invaded militarily. Why would you use arms of war to citizens who are doing their business like we are doing here, peacefully, engaging in the process of thinking of new ideas, new strategies to ensure that we have better life in our community, here on earth, in our generation? Why would you deploy arms of war? Arrest, disrupt, torture? No. So the National Democratic Working Group is already defending the constitutional value of Zimbabweans. That term limitations have to be defended. You get it throughout the whole world, even in private companies. People never work for as long as 45 years in one position. Where have you ever seen that? Humans are limited in terms of their capacities. So the rotational processes and term limitations are by nature very democratic. Even in our own African culture, we have Ushemadzoro Hunoravanwa. It is a misrepresentation for some to say, hey, you can't remove a leader before another one, comes, or something like that. That is big nonsense. That is big nonsense. The issue is a human being is not like the sun. By the way, we have one sun. Sun, S-U-N. So this parading of ideas to say, if a constitutional write-up does not have what we require, like what we heard Mahia the other time saying, we will tore apart that constitution. This is the most uninformed statement. To start with, the constitution is an intangible thing. It is the value, the understanding that citizens share. The document in which we enshrine such value is called a constitutional document. But you should know that a document itself is not the constitution. It is what is reposed in it, what should represent the constitution. So someone who thinks that if what I want cannot be obtained from a constitutional document, then I'll simply tow it down and then that's over. No, that's chaos, anarchy, and a high level of disorder. So the National Democratic Working Group shall defend progressive constitutional value and progressive constitutional order. That is how we are defending the Constitution, my brother.